Hello everyone, this is Annette Stanton. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I have just selected a card from my Higher Purpose Mantra meditation, and the card today, let me read it, is I am infinite. I realize my inspirational vision, connecting with the infinite power of my intuitive calling. I am infinite. So let's talk about realizing your inspirational vision and connecting with the infinite power of your intuitive calling. So I'm wondering, before we go there, how often have you felt a calling from within? A calling, a goal, a dream, something that you know inside yourself intuitively is just there, and you either keep pushing it aside, it's lying dormant, yet you can't switch it off. I can relate to that. And that's something that I've been trusting and following more so in the latter years of my life for that very reason, because I can't turn it off. It's intuitively there. It's something that is calling me, that I know that I need to do this whilst on this planet. So can you relate to that? Something there that you know that you really would like to be doing with yourself, your life, in service of others, whatever it might be for you. And the card I am infinite, I want you to know that you are infinite. And this is about the infinite potential that each and every one of us has. And knowing that we are all here with, to express this infinite power that we all have within. And it's not a power like an overpowering, it's an empowering from within. And knowing that we have the resources within ourselves that are infinite, and they come to and through us at the right time that we need it, not in the time that our ego mind is trying to drive us to make something happen. That is not what realizing your inspirational vision is all about. Because as you start to connect with the infinite power and you start to move towards your intuitive calling, one step at a time, without trying to make it happen, without trying to be over there when you have to be here first. And I used to say that a lot to my clients. Is the irony is we're trying to get there without being here first. And there is only the here and now in each moment. So the more you stay in the here and the now, you will feel the infinite power from within. And you will actually tap into the conscious awareness of your inspirational vision that is opening up through the intuitive calling that only you know that you're here to deliver and express whilst on this planet. That is where true fulfillment comes from. That is where true value comes from. When you know that you're living a life that is not connected to who you truly are, where you feel like you're selling your soul, that can be pretty debilitating, yeah? Where you start to lose purpose and you start to wonder, well, why am I actually here? When you stay connected and you tune into what are the things that do bring you joy, what are the simple things, what are the things that bring you fulfillment, and listening in to that intuitive calling. You may not know the whole big picture, and that's the key. You're not meant to know right now, right? Yet if you've been holding on to it for a long time, like I know I had been for quite some time, sitting on it, you'll start to see pictures like a jigsaw puzzle. And in your mind's eye, you'll start to, oh yeah, I can see that. That's a possibility. But if you don't move towards it in action, which takes a lot of trust, a lot of courage to do that, then if you don't move towards it, then the light will start to dimmer. Then you'll start to lose the faith. You'll start to feel like it's too hard to do. You'll start to question the know-how of how you're going to materialize that and actualize what your calling is. So that's why it's important to start with the simple steps. You start with what you do know, not what you don't know. And that's where you do step into the unknown whilst holding on to your knowing. The knowing is the intuitive calling of the picture that you see, one little step at a time. Yeah, a lot of the times our brain will complex it, and it's so important to keep it simple, because it is. And that was a sign that I used to have up in my office, to make sure that I kept it simple, because my mind would want to complex things. And it's when you keep it simple, because it is, and you have that mantra, then you will tap into your next inspired obvious step that you will have the resources for, and you will have the know-how for. Yeah. But if you're trying to jump forward and you are stepping into I don't know, it's because of the bigger gap. You're not meant to know, because you haven't taken the step back here. And there's so many times when working with my clients, they're over there wanting to get there real quick, but I have to bring them back into their own power, into their own resourcefulness, to know what their next obvious step is. And they always do, but they're trying to get there, but they miss the key of this step. And once you take this step, and generally it's the simplest step, and once you take the simplest step, and then the next simple step, and the next simple step, you start to create a collective of realizing that it is a collection of simple steps. And there comes towards you, instead of you chasing after it, right? So that's why it's important to just trust the next step, even if you don't know the whole big picture yet. Yeah, it's trying to get you on the path. And it's up to each and every one of us to listen in to our own path. No one can tell you what that path is, because only you know deep, deep down inside. Are you listening to the inner voice and the inner vision that is tapping on the window of your heart and soul? So keeping in mind today, and I'd like you to affirm, I am infinite. I am infinite. You are already infinite. And affirm, I realize my inspirational vision, connecting with the infinite power of my intuitive calling. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, being your infinite self and stepping into your infinite power. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Annette Stanton. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye for now.